Let's have the invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance. Trustee Garrison, would you mind reading that?
Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this board. Thank you for this college and the great country that we live in. Lord, be with us as a board, make decisions that will be pleasing to your will. Be with the ones that couldn't be here today, Lord. Give them safe travels. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Approval of agenda. Consideration of approval agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Garrison, second by Dr. Richardson. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Consideration and approval of the minutes of the February board meeting.
Mr. President.
I'll second that motion. Motion by Dr. Richardson, second by Dr. Hager. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to consideration of college financial report, and in Ms. Eubank's absence, Dr. Payne.
Yes. So if you'll turn to page 7 of the board book, you'll see our year-to-date comparison as of the end of January. You'll see everything is in line as we would expect it. We are a little bit ahead on tuition and fee net of our bad debt allowance. This really comes from a bump in enrollment for the spring semester. So as we discussed last month, enrollment increased for the first time in a decade. So that put us ahead, even though we had budgeted to be down. Everything else is lining up just as it should. If you flip to the next page, you will see that our expenses follow about the same pattern. We are a little up in operating expenses. A lot of that has to do with the capital budget requirements, which are not balanced on the operational side of the budget. So no worries there. Changes in net position, we're slightly behind where we were last year, which would be expected based on our enrollment patterns. So the next 2 pages are the backup for that, bringing us to page 12, which is our budget to actual revenue comparison. And we're doing really good in this area. When you look, we are now 67% into the year. As you can see on the revenue side, we are exceeding the 67th percentile, which is a very good place to be. And for the most part, on the expenses side, we are under that. So we continue our trend of budgeting conservatively, sticking to our budget fairly well, and maintaining our fiscal security. Then if you look at our capital budget sheet on page 14, you will see where we're at on the various capital projects, which include our federally funded projects, state funded projects, and then our in-house funded projects. A lot of these projects are delayed because of still supply side issues, but in general, they are all moving forward. Our cash position is shown on page 17, is starting to build again. This is one of the times in the year when we build back. We've started to collect student fees from spring enrollment at this point, and that should go up a little bit more as we go through the year. No changes in our certificates of deposit, nothing on the bid report, which then brings us to our proposed budget amendments. This is the time, one of the 4 times a year where we do quarterly budget adjustments. These just take into account all of the various items as things change from our proposed budget and bring us back into line with what is going on as we move forward through the year. So these changes net us back out to where we need to be. And that, sir, is the financial report.
I encourage questions.
The numbers look in line.
Thank you.
Really? That's all you guys got today?
We approved it.
I was second.
Trustee Garrison makes a motion to approve. Dr. Hager seconds. All in favor? Aye. Reluctantly, yes. Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the president's report.
Yes, Mr. Chair, so. Trying to get it to work. Aha. Top of Trivia Night, we had our largest to date trivia night. It actually sold out. We had 23 teams with $3,300 raised. This year it was emceed by alums Christy Fraser Moore and Wes Murray. The raffle's grand prize was a bench that was made by our welding and construction students, and that was actually won by our new recruiter, Miss Ivana. And we had items donated from Yarborough Sales, Gambling Lumber, and Home Depot. So great event, continues to grow. All the proceeds for that go to student scholarships. Then our final center stage production of the year, Cinderella, was March 4th and 5th, 11th through 12th. 2 full weekends, had great attendance. Really was a fantastic show. The cast and crew did a wonderful job. This was directed by Miss Carly Dillinger, and really was a high-class performance. So anybody that hasn't seen a center stage production, I would encourage you to come out and see our college community theater production. Then on March 9th, we had Social Services Day, which is a career-specific career fair that dealt with social work, psychology, and behavioral health support. Well attended. All of our partners were there discussing different careers in social services. Had a lot of good student interaction as they look to move from their education into the world of work. And with us today is Mr. Chris Rushing, who is going to talk about the Boys and Girls Club.
Good afternoon. I want to thank you guys for hosting us today. We're going to take 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If you start the clock 10 minutes from now, we would really appreciate it. But the main thing we want to share with you today is our Career Future program. And this is, we really think that we have discovered something here. And the thing that's important for you to know is that this was a lot of hard work, not only from the incredible staff that I get to work with, people at Poplar Bluff R1 schools, but your very own staff. And starting with the president, Dr. Payne, Dr. Leslie Gregg. And we'd always known that we had this incredible treasure in our own backyard, being Three Rivers College. And how were we going to figure out a way for our kids, our members of the club, to be able to reap the benefits of what's right in their own backyard? It started out just as a day where we would bring them out and some of our members would play basketball with the Raiders and the Lady Raiders. And then we went to a CSI investigation day. And it just wasn't hitting the mark. And what you're going to learn today is that with our current plan, this is not something that we did on a whim. We did a lot of research. We did a lot of background. And we have found something that is incredibly popular, not only with people in Poplar Bluff R1, but it's being taken advantage of by Neelyville schools and Donovan schools right now. We hope to encourage a lot more participation throughout the entire area in a very short period of time. Before we get to anything, a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about what we do at the club. And to bring it through what we do and how we do it and where we've come from, our CFO is here as well. And I introduce her informant, Terry.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Dr. Payne, for allowing us to be here today. And thank you guys all, for listening to us. The arrow. Is that what Okay. So today I'm gonna go through who we are, what we do, and why we do it, and why this is our passion. So who are we? We are Boys and Girls Club of the Heartland. We are an after school and summer program that serves youth ages 6 to 17 years old. Our mission is to enable all young people, especially those that need us the most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. Boys and Girls Club of the Heartland is owned and operated by our board of directors. We do have a 20 board of directors that we answer to. We are not owned by Boys and Girls Club of America. We do, however, have to adhere to strategic requirements of Boys and Girls Club of America. We operate solely by receiving donations from individuals, organizations, and the government. And all of our funds that we receive are channeled towards our mission. We do not declare a profit at the end of the year, nor do we distribute funds at the end of the year. So a little bit of look in the past. We were incorporated in 1999. Boys and Girls Club then of Poplar Bluff started serving youth in the community in February of 2000. And we started with 25 kids. We are now, and I'm going to kind of breeze through this because I know we're kind of on a time limit here, but breeze through this. Today we are seeing well over an ADA, which is our daily attendance, average daily attendance. We're looking at about 565 kids that come to club every single day. So we have grown tremendously over the last almost 25 years. So what do? We have Power Hour that is one certified teacher, 2 youth development professionals to every 20 members. Basically what Power Hour is a homework help. So when a child we get curriculum, we get grades, we get behavior, all from the schools. We know when Joe is having problems with math. And if we know that, we know what his grades are, we know that our Power Hour teacher needs to kind of zone in on, hey, let's get Joe's grade up. I believe it's 85% of our members are on the A or the B hour. We make sure that our kids have the grades that they need to be successful. Meals are very important to our kids. 10 years ago, we were serving about 1,000 meals a year. Today, we're serving over 50,000 meals every single year. A lot of our kids, if they don't eat at school or they don't eat at club, they don't eat again until the next day. And when it's a weekend, they don't eat again sometimes till Monday. So it is extremely important. The mind, you gotta feed it. We need to make sure that our kids are getting fed every day. Our enrichment programming, we deal with social and emotional needs of our youth. So that coincides with our commitment to good character and leadership, healthy lifestyles, and academic success. So I'm sure you all have heard, we did officially change our name to Boys and Girls Club of the Heartland. That was announced in October of 21. We knew back after COVID, we wanted to reach not just Butler County, but we wanted to go to Donovan and Neelyville and hopefully one day be in Corning and Piggott and really expand our program. And we're going to go over that here in just a minute on all the schools that we want to reach. In order to do that, we could not stay Boys and Girls Club of Poplar Bluff. So we officially changed our name and we announced it to the public October of 21 to Boys and Girls Club of the Heartland. So we are now currently open in 9 locations throughout Poplar Bluff and Neelyville, and we are helping over 680 youth daily to have a safe and positive place to go to after school. So really quickly going over MAP scores. In the elementary school, our MAP scores, they're great. So what they really want to see is about the 75 to 85% range. When they get to junior high and high school, look at those numbers. We're looking at 37 and 48%. Why are those numbers dropping? It's because they don't want to come to club. There's no reason for them to club. Parents are letting them stay home. So what happens when they stay home? If they're in high school, they're out in the car, they're out on the side roads, they're getting into trouble. Kids are running the street, they're on social media, they're on Xbox. They're doing the things that they should not be doing to continue their education to go in the right way. So in 21, we did a needs assessment. We surveyed 1,044 students, 206 parents, and 157 teachers. And from that survey, we found out that most kids do not participate in any after school, not just Boys and Girls Club, but any after school program because of lack of interest. So what do? We need to figure out a way to keep these kids intrigued, get them involved in something. And that's where we came up with our Great Futures program.
To do that, to introduce it, on Terry's laptop, came up with a little, but I think this is about a 4-minute presentation. And they'll get that hooked up, but right now this video is on the Popular Farm One website, it's on our website, it's on Neelyville and Donovan School's website as well. This is a quick introduction as we're trying to convince kids, hey, you need to take a look at our program.
Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Over the next several minutes, we will show you how you can start a pathway to a college education or a rewarding career. A career that will start the day you graduate from high school, all with college credit and completely free of charge. What's your pathway? College or career? Let's get started. By the time you become a high school sophomore, your future will start to take focus, and you will be given the opportunity that only members of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Heartland are allowed to participate in. We have partnered with Three Rivers College to bring you our award-winning College Kids program. In the fall of your sophomore year, you will take your first college class, Academic Life Strategies, and earn 3 hours of college credit at absolutely no charge. The weekly classes are held on Tuesdays and Thursdays, beginning at 3:30 and ending at 4:45 on the Three Rivers College campus. In the spring semester, you will take computer applications on the same day and at the same time. You will learn Microsoft programs, Excel, PowerPoint, Word docs, and much, much more.
As your sophomore year closes, we also want to sit with you and your parents or guardians at our Great Futures meeting, where we'll zero in on where your heart is leading you at this point in your academic career. Let's write down some goals and the steps you'll need to take in order to be successful.
It's been our experience that most teens love money. Money to buy clothes, shoes, cars. BGC wants to help you get your first paycheck. While continuing to go to high school and college, we've teamed up with businesses throughout the area as our goal is to become the teen employment hub of Butler County.
Your junior year, you'll probably have a pretty good idea if you would like to start your career exploration or begin a path towards a college degree. If a 2 or a 4-year degree are in your plans, you'll continue at Three Rivers in the fall semester, taking national and state government and taking public speaking in the spring.
In their senior year, college pathway participants will take college writing in the fall and mathematical reasoning in the spring. As you walk across the stage at your high school graduation, you will have 18 college credit hours and a tremendous head start on a 2-year Associates of Arts degree.
With this award-winning college program, Boys and Girls Club of the Heartland has also partnered with Missouri State University in Springfield. Graduates will be awarded scholarships for completing the program.
If you are ready to start your career the day you graduate, let us show you the way. Starting your junior year, you'll get hands-on experience at Three Rivers Learning Lab, located in the Industrial Park, and earn college credit. In the fall, juniors will take applied circuit and blueprint reading and industrial electronic controls in the spring.
Seniors in the fall will take robotics 1 and 2, and in the spring, we'll take hydraulics and pneumatics. As you walk across the stage, not only will you receive your high school diploma, but you will also walk in the Three Rivers graduation as a certified electrical process technician. Graduates can expect to earn over $40,000 per year to start.
Hey, congratulations. When you clicked on this video, believe it or not, you took your first step on a pathway to success. The next step, talk to your high school counselor, principal, or call us here at the club. We look forward to hearing from you very soon.
Through the years, we have had kids that I like to call my boots kids. These are kids that wear boots every day, whether it's 110 degrees outside or if it's 15 degrees outside. They mow the lawn in them, they weed eat in them, they wear them to church, they wear them out on Friday or Saturday night. And some of those kids, unfortunately, hate school. What did the math scores show us? What did our needs assessment tell us? How do we get those kids interested? If they do what we ask them to do, and a lot of those boys, I'm telling you, they are going to eat up your lab in the industrial park. It's incredible. The robotics, pneumatics. We tell them, hey, once you go through the sophomore year, that we do after school from 3:45 until 5:15. You'll do the intro, the freshman class, the fall, then in the spring, the computer class. Then their junior year, they can jump over to the applied electrical technician certificate. If they complete that, I tell every one of them, fellas, you can go to any car lot throughout Southeast Missouri. Point at the dream truck you've always had, you've always wanted. They will bring you the keys. We have had every single factory in Butler County into our club with this presentation. They will pay an applied electrical technician certificate person $20.50 an hour to start. Multiply that by 2,080 hours, typical work here, 52 weeks, that's 40 hours a week. That's over $40,000 to start. Ladies and gentlemen, we just broke the cycle of poverty. Instead of 18 and a young man spinning his wheels, maybe on public assistance until he's 30, and then maybe gets a job at the factory, he starts at 18. He has health insurance. It's going to make our hospitals very happy. He'll have dental insurance. He'll have vacation. Our banking institutions are going to love it as well. The most important part is that we've given them a career. To be able to do that, we want to just not open it up just to kids in Butler County. Here's what we've done this last year. We have Neelyville, we invited Naylor, Donovan, already coming to all of these classes. Next year, we've invited Elsinore, East Carter County, Greenville, Piedmont, Fisk. Well, they're all running up there together. I know I'm on the timeline. It's good enough. Keep it going. Okay? That's we're giving you the abridged version. And the thing that you got to see here is that, well, we're trying to make it to where that we can get everybody on a bus and come the same way. Right now, we send what we call a trolley bus, a little bit smaller than the 3 buses you guys have now, or now 2 buses after the tractor and trailer did it. But we try to make it to where that we can get at least 8 to 10 kids from every school. Because at Donovan right now, they will bring their kids over to our Hillview location. Is it gonna stop? Okay.
It's not.
All right. Well,
And
we'll
you
do
can't
our
see-
best.
And you can't see the mission statement.
That's okay. Stop it right there for just a second. Right now, we drive all the way down to Neelyville, pick up, right now this semester, 11 kids down there. Donovan brings them over to the Hillview side. Right here, we're currently running a K-8 program. We'll bring them on into the college on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We want to do the exact same situation with some of the schools in the hills. East Carter, I'll tell you right now, we're asking Van Buren to make that happen as well. We've made overtures to them, but they're gonna have to bring them over to Elsinore where we can pick them up. Piedmont, we thought we were gonna have 19 kids that signed up, but with all the snow and the ice, it just didn't happen. Okay, no good excuse there, but it didn't happen. But we can get them loaded in with Greenville, bring them the rest of the way in. We want to do the same thing with Dexter, Bernie, Bloomfield, Huxtable. We'll pick them up at 51 Junction. We'll take the Twin Rivers kids and pick them up at Fisk and bring them in. We had a meeting on the 22nd of February with at Malden, and we had Risco, Campbell, Gideon, where else? Bernie. And we're gonna invite them all to come in. And the whole goal of this is to invite every one of these schools. Just give me 6 kids from every one of these schools. Guess that's over 120 kids that we want to put in Three River seats in the fall of every school year. Every one of these schools are within an hour. I guess this thing's got a mind of its own. Okay? Main thing I want to tell you is that right now we're running on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The goal in the not too distant future is to run on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, where that we can make that happen. All right. To make this happen, you can look out any day of the week. We have buses. There's currently 12 schools that use the vocational center at Poplar Bluff, all the way as far away from Zone. They bring those kids in every day, and they use the vocational school. Well, our thought is, instead of them picking them up at 2 o'clock and taking them back to their home camp, to their home schools, leave them with us. They can walk. It's the vocational school right here. They can walk right across in front of the baseball field into this new facility. Down here, we're going to have 12 to 16 new classrooms. We're going to take them through our financial literacy classes from 2 until 3:15. Then we're going to feed them, then have them on the Three Rivers campus at 3:45. At 5:15, we'll load them back up. We'll take them to distribution points wherever they're at from Southeast Missouri. Right now, we're attempting to make sure that we get a lease signed with the Poplar Bluff R1 School District for this area right here. Might not be able to see it from where you're sitting, but it's just past the right field of outlet. We're working on getting the lease approved. Our timeline won't probably see anything done until they do the civil and vertical engineer work. Won't see any clearing for another 1.5 years. Construction of the building would take place between January 2025 and fall of 2026, when we would have a grand opening. But again, our goal as it relates to Three Rivers College, I want our kids throughout Southeast Missouri to wear this place out. That's what it's here for. This is the key for us to break the cycle of poverty. Everything that you've seen today is in a folder. Terry's getting ready to hand those out to it. Also has there's a ton of information in there. And a lot of that information we distribute to a lot of schools throughout Southeast Missouri. Other thing that I haven't even told Dr. Payne this, I can't believe I'm saying this. I would hope, don't shoot me, but I would hope that maybe Three Rivers would consider contributing to our capital campaign at some time in the future. And I'm not certainly asking for any response to that today. Does anybody have any questions? Boss, that's as quick as we could do it. Yes, sir. Dr. Hager.
Thank you, sir. I'm a graduate of Hillview Elementary School. Kids from Naylor come to Hillview for service.
We don't have any Naylor kids right now. The way that Mrs. Roach superintendent down there, they had 8 sophomores and 6 of them were playing athletics. And so they did participate this past school year. The invitation and the red carpet's going to remain rolled out.
A logistics question, let's say they go to Hillview, then you bus them back to Naylor, and then they get picked up to go home from.
What we would do if we had Naylor, but currently, we take that trolley, the 29-seater, all the way down to Naylorville.
Okay.
And then anybody from Naylor, we would ask them, hey, just meet us over there.
Yeah, okay.
At 2:50.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit. We went to Donovan, and what they did, they switched around some of their sophomores' school schedules where that they could do their advisory in 7th or 8th hour.
Yeah.
And where that they can be used for a travel time to get you. Want the exact same thing that happened with Van Buren, bring them on Elsmore, meet us a little ways over there, 20 minutes away. We'll bring it in the rest of the way. The hardest thing that we're going to have to do with any of this is going to be transportation. That's our biggest, hey, we're rural. But a lot of smart people, let's figure it out.
That's a great idea on the boat tech kids, instead of losing that hour of drive time back home.
And
And
then-
they able to use that hour right there.
Right.
in the services. That's a great idea.
Boys and Girls Club, we do a lot of financial literacy with our kids. And also, there's some days kids just need a break. And they'll be able to handle that as well. If you look at the conceptual drawing of it, we have a gym in there. I have certain guys, some of my teenage kids, only reason why they come to clubs because they play basketball in the afternoon. Anybody got any other questions? What do you think?
I think it's a great deal. I think there's a way to partner with all kinds of people on this. I think it's a conversation that we should continue. Not only for the communities, this board and school boards as well.
I'm there. And Dr. Payne, again, I'm just telling you guys, he's been in on this deal. Dr. Gregg, I mean, I don't know how this all came together, but it finally did and it clicked. And kids are coming, and they're gonna keep coming. I keep thinking about the kid that goes to Clarkson High School right now, that lives at the end of the road in a trailer. And he doesn't think he has anything to look forward to. He ain't good enough to play basketball on their high school team. Doesn't really have a whole ton of friends. Or maybe they're right there in public housing. We can make it happen for that young man, or that young lady. We just gotta figure out how to get it done. We have once in a lifetime opportunity. Because of what's happened over the last 3 years, the amount of funding. We get this thing started, it won't quit.
I assume some of the students will be doing dual credit courses too, in addition to the ones in your
They're
program.
going to do that. That would be, now, we don't have any control over the dual credit here. So, but it's just like our youth of the year said the other night at our banquet. She's gonna have her AA by the time that she gets out of high school. What a tremendous opportunity. I mean, you know, there's a lot of conversations about student debt, how it chokes down some young people. But to have 18 to 24 hours already knocked out, wow.
I think it's something to get this information out to the community and ones that you're trying to get into as well. I've got the Rotary program tomorrow, so come to Piedmont tomorrow at noon, put this on in front of my Rotary Club.
We're there.
Right?
Will you give me more?
I'll
than
give
10
you
minutes?
We'll give you 30 minutes.
I didn't say.
No, I presented in front of them, they'll actually get up late. So,
There's no program too short. When we're done, we're done.
yeah.
But in all kidding aside, I do have a program, but tomorrow doesn't work. We have a program every Wednesday, so I'd like to get you guys to come up and put your program on for those folks, because we're kind of on the outer edge of what you're trying to do. And I don't know that maybe all the people that would help push this knows about this. You know, sometimes you may just be reaching out to one particular person that, you know, I'm more of a why not guy than a why. So, you know, if you're talking to a why person, you might be kind of hitting a little bit of a road. Not saying that you are.
Don't tell me why we can't do it,
But-
but how we're gonna do it.
Exactly. You know, there's a lot of people that I think it would be good hearing that, especially in my area.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a couple of guys, but superintendent of Clearwater, it's big into this.
Okay.
We thought we had it ready to go. Now, remember, any of those sophomores who didn't get to do it this past fall, that's okay, they can start as juniors, but they do have to start with the freshman, training class.
Okay.
Okay,
You let me know when you come and I'll get set up Wednesdays the meetings. So,
Chris, thank you for coming. This has been a great partnership between us and the Boys and Girls Club. It's grown. And we're just really at the very beginning. This has somewhat of an unlimited future. That we can achieve. And he laid out the programs that we're doing now. but there's lots of plans on expanding the programming and giving some options to different kids who have different interests. So it's all up. So it's a wonderful partnership. I appreciate all the work y'all have done. We've done a lot together. We've made a lot of progress.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So moving on, I want to talk about our 2023 Coca-Cola academic team. So each year, we put up 3 students to compete against 2,400 applications for the Coca-Cola Scholars Foundation. And this year, Miss Alyssa Redding has won the Silver Scholar for the state of Missouri. So she'll receive a $1,250 scholarship. Very proud of her and our other 2 participants. And our Coca-Cola sponsors, Joe Giassi and Murray Ryan Anderson. So really a great accomplishment. This is the biggest win we've had. We had a bronze winner in the past, but now we've won the silver and we're moving up the ladder. And on to some upcoming events. March 23rd, 7 p.m., the Sicilian Tenors, our next patron show. This one is sponsored by First Midwest Bank. Then on March 24th, I'm going to get a haircut. So in honor of, when we were 12% down in enrollment, I was talking to some people in student services, and they said, we're really working hard to get this. I said, I would dance a dance if we were just flat. And they go, well, we really want to be up. And I said, well, if we were up, I'd shave my head. And turns out.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Hate when that happens.
So, that's a suggestion that it might just add an element of interest to it. Employees.
Barber, sorry, the barber would have to bring you short scissors for you, Dr. Payne, so go ahead.
True. I mean, in the end, I'm not really giving up all that much. But communication said it might add an element of fun if we held a raffle to see who got to shave my head. And so for $1 a ticket, any employee, board member, or board member of the endowment trust can have a chance to win, to
Now,
be the barber of the day.
is this haircut or entire head?
No,
Shave?
from here up.
And they don't have to shave it complete, they could just shave it and leave it, and then you have to let it grow out, or is it bald?
Wow, I didn't know it was this complicated.
I mean, I'm not taking the raffle prices on that.
It's barber shear, no guard is the length that it will be cut. No one's coming at me. If I'm not doing it myself, no actual razor will be used. So
That's a good look.
well, in speaking to a board member, he said, clippers, no guard. It'll get you right to the skin without doing any damage. So that's March 24th, time to be announced. Thank you, Alex Jameson, for being the maniacal barber. There's also a YouTube video out there, and I think it may have ended up on TikTok, but we'll be live streaming that event as well. March 25th, we'll be hosting the next spelling bee. Hopefully we'll get another national contestant coming out of that. Then March 28th, College Transfer Fair, where our partner institutions will come and be available to talk with our students about their next steps. And the Misha Music Festival, March 29th to 31st, District 2 competition held right here, 26 area high school. And then on April 1st, on campus, 1 to 3 at the Kennedy Fine Arts Center, we are hosting an Easter Kids Extravaganza that is being put on by the Student Leadership Academy. So costumes are welcome. They can bring their own basket and they can go from trunk to trunk and get Easter eggs. And then we have a special event through the Endowment Trust that will be held that same day from 4 to 6 at the Westwood Hills Country Club, which is a chicks only extravaganza. So refreshments and cocktail and a chance to win prizes in the Easter egg hunt and egg pull. More than $5,000 of prizes have been donated. Tickets are $25 each, include admission, 1 egg pull, 1 drink ticket, and snacks. Limited to 100 tickets available. Then April 7th and 10th, we will be on Easter break, followed April 13th by the Job Fair and Career Expo, 10 to 2 at the Bible Family Sports Complex. April 17th is another Patrons of the Arts Show. This one's sponsored by Southern Bay. It is choir jam, so we'll have a number of area choirs come in for a presentation of special choir music. This is being coordinated by Sherry Daw and Julie Becker from the United Methodist Church. And that, sir, is the president's report, and we do have executive session.
You had mentioned Cinderella and Center Stage production. I have a good friend who's very big into theater, and he went Saturday night. And he said it wasn't the quality of Fox Theater, but boy, it was sure close. I took that as a huge compliment.
I would say that was a good topic.
I would entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
I'll second.
Trustee Patterson makes the motion, trustee Garrison seconds. I will lift the voice vote.
Trustee Featherston?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson? Yes. Trustee Hager?
Yes.
Trustee Garrison?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
I am gonna request about a 2-minute break.
Yeah, me too.
We were,
Personnel.
my glasses is what we were doing. Consideration of approval of all personnel actions and associated documents.
Isn't that, I make a motion, we
That's a good motion, Darren. I understand what you're.
approve all the personnel and related documents.
I'll second the motion.
I think I said that before. All in favor?
Roll call.
That was roll call? Excuse me.
Trustee Featherston?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson? Yes. Trustee Hager?
Yeah.
Trustee Garrison?
Yeah.
Trustee Scott?
Sure.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
And looks like the next thing on our list is adjournment. Call for a motion in second. I'm calling for a motion.
I will make that motion. Good job.
I am now called for a motion. I've received it and the second. And this is a voice vote. May I please have an affirmative answer from everyone?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Good one.
Well, one from the minivan, if that's possible. And